one of the blessings that God has given to Nigeria is Christianity. Christianity coming to Nigeria is like light coming to a nation. If you look at the history of Christianity in Nigeria dating back to almost 200 years ago, you find out that the developmental strides that we have today were actually kick-started by the missionaries. They brought in education. They brought in communal integrations. Right from primary history, we were told they abolished so many cultures that were very detrimental to human existence, including killing of twins and so many others. The Christians brought in health services. Many of the hospitals we see today, one day I took somebody to hospital and I was looking around the wall of the hospital in one of the offices, and I saw that the hospital has existed for 100 years, established by the Equa missionaries, and is still running till today, efficiently well. Many of the schools that some of us attended, and even those who are in power today attended, were established by missionaries. I attended one of those ones at Kevin's College, Kokoro Grammar School, that was established by Catholic missionaries, for example. So Christianity has come a long way in Nigeria. And what I can say by my personal assessment is that it has brought more blessings than curses. It has brought more solution than problems. Christianity has brought more answers than questions. One of the greatest things that I can say Christianity has brought to Nigeria is peace. With the way the country is today, the dichotomies, the tribal sentiments, the violence, the killings, the tribal consciousness, the increase in crimes and others. I believe it would have been worse if there is no Christianity. Why am I saying that is? Every Sunday we gather in churches, we advocate for peace. We preach non-retaliatory messages. No matter what is done to you, try and forgive. That is the message of Christianity. But look at me, if not for that generic message of advocacy, this Nigeria would have been on fire. It would have been a hell. It would have been worse than countries like Afghanistan. It would have been worse than countries like Somalia. It would have been worse than Syria. But Christianity has contributed to so much peace in that no matter what you receive in terms of oppression, in terms of persecution, you still bear it. Because Jesus says we should love our enemies. Every one of us, we are aware of what is happening today. You hear that a Khan Sherman is killed in so-so state. Somebody has gone out and is killed because he's preaching the gospel. People invade churches and kill everybody there. And yet, you've never heard one day that Christians carry arms and they are going to invade others. The reason is because of the impact of the message and the life that is being implanted into everybody. That is one. So, Christianity has actually contributed to the unity, the peace, the oneness, the harmony that we are enjoying in Nigeria today. If not for that, Nigeria would have been on fire. Secondly, look at it. Today, the Christian-owned schools or church-owned schools are better run than even the public schools. The missionaries brought education to us. They built so many schools that were running. Government took over some of them and mismanaged them. But today some of them are being handed over back to the missionary institutions. But even the ones that are being established by the churches today, you find out that the standard of education, the standard of delivery of services, the consciousness of excellence is better than it was. Look at private universities. They are better run. They don't go on strike. They have facilities. They have better, quality and faculties. And today, that is the contribution of the church and Christianity in Nigeria. In those days, you will see your child graduate from the secondary school or pass out from the secondary school and spend 10 years still looking for admission. But today it's not like that. Though some of them may be expensive, but at least it decongests the public ones from that crowd that goes about looking for admission for the few places and the few vacancies that are available. Also, I would say that Christianity has contributed so much to the development of this nation. Yes, some people say we have too many churches. I still believe we don't have many yet. As much as we should have, we don't have yet. Do you know how many hospitals churches have built? Do you know how many schools churches have built? Do you know how many unemployed people churches have employed? Do you know how many indigent people are in churches' payroll? Do you know how many rejected, abandoned people are under the sponsorship and care of church and Christian institutions? If you do your investigation, you find out that Christianity in Nigeria has brought hope to the common humanity. We've seen free schools built by churches with full scholarships. We've seen healthcare rendered by churches free of charge. We can mention many of them, which even the government may not be able to do. So you can go on and go on and know that the impact of the church in Nigeria or the impact of Christianity is enormous. It's enormous. We've contributed to good leadership. We've contributed to peace. We've contributed to national development. Let me say something. Even when Jesus, who is God, was here physically on earth, there were still crimes. There were still murderers. A murderer was released for him to be killed. There were still thieves. There were still those that rejected him. But I will say here that if we do not have the number of churches and the impact of Christianity that we have today, it would have been worse. It would have been worse. The reason is because despite the increase in crime, and it's a global phenomenon, it's not just a Nigerian factor. If you look at the crime index, globally, there is increase from country to country. If Christianity were not there, it would have been at an uncontrollable rate, at an alarming rate. Maybe I and you will not be as gentle as we are today. I and you will not be as civil as we are today. I and you will not be as forgiving as we are today. Nigeria is a country that has a very high corruption index, and we have very many religious people. But I believe it would have been worse The economic viability of this nation must be resuscitated. So my expectations are, government should not just pay lip service in terms of economic development, in terms of bringing peace to the nation, the security of lives, or in terms of educational development or whereabout. There should be a concerted effort, a concrete plan, and a will to carry out those plans so that at least by the time we are 70, we will know that Nigeria is a country worth living in, worth investing in, and worth being proud of. I expect all religious leaders to do more. I expect the youth to be more hardworking. I expect the elders to show more examples. If at 60 people still rig elections to become leaders in Nigeria, that means we have not improved. If at 60 we still record election violence, vote buying, killings everywhere, we have not done much as a nation, and we have to tell ourselves the truth. We can do better if we all, in one accord, with one mind, leaving tribal sentiments apart, leaving religious sentiment apart, put the right people in the right place. Forget about dichotomies in terms of appointment to federal jobs. Forget about anything and treat security the way it's supposed to be. Whosoever is affected or whosoever ox is growled, do it the way it's supposed to be. You find out that Nigeria is a wonderful place. We are a peaceful people, a happy people, a hardworking people. All we need is good leadership, whether from the religious sector, from the economic sector, from the political sector, even from the home. Good leadership, and this nation will be as good as America in the next 20 years. Thank you.